Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good evening. Um, y'all know that we're out here, and I've been having to say a lot, but like now I want to change subjects for a little bit. You know that we have witnessed some of the stuff referring to like, I don't know how to say it, but like I spent my time trying to figure out some stuff that's going on in America with the confidant. The confidant. And no, man, like this for real. Here in Liberty, they tried to erase somebody's identity, and it was weird. And this is part of the operations going on that I'm spying on all the people in the town here in my little minivan with my equipment, my spy equipment. And we got machines and surveillance. We even got an antenna to pick up and intercept messages from other like communications. Now we have picked up communications that were referring to covert activities, and a lot of people say, Ruben, is this all real? Is this real? Is this actually happening in the real world, what you're talking about? And it is. But to what level, like in the Men in Black, where they erase like a person's identity, and like they make them like one of like a person with a different name or some shit. I don't know. It's happened. And they say, well, what happens to the person who gets their identity erased in Liberty County? It says, first you become surveillanced to the degree of you end up having to deal with like not detectives, but more like people following you around that are hired by some kind of agency that belongs to an organization that's trying to maintain some sort of secrecy or secret. And so, like, my buddy got his identity erased by a woman. Her name was what was her name? Her name was Halo, and it got erased. He got erased, and the person would like leave little clues saying how she erased the person's identity because she was part of like a secret society, And the secret societies are real, folks, but you have to see them in motion. You have to see what's going on, and so I've been tracking me and my friend who got his identity erased. we've been tracking these people for about 2 years to see what actually is going on. But apparently in the United States of America, there exists a secret society that is erasing people's identities. And this is a conspiracy. This is where a conspiracy is created here. And there's a conspiracy happening right now. But like as I said, you know, we're wondering how Halo actually managed to erase the person's identity. It wasn't like a thing. It was like techniques of espionage, surveillance, and intimidation tactics, and all kinds of stuff like that. And we weren't really sure what happened to my buddy, why he got his identity erased, and his digital footprint almost became invisible. And we're looking at that, and she apparently had done it to some other dude in California, where he got erased. And there was other instances in California, Los Angeles, where they had replaced a person with another person. And the real person was put on the streets. And it's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird. Because I saw the picture of the dude who was living like a homeless person. Well, they replaced the person with another guy that looked like him. And you know, they like, how you say, some real conspiracy stuff, man. Because they did something to that dude's head. They messed with the guy's head so that they could discredit the guy and then make him homeless. And they replaced the person with the person that looks like him in California, Los Angeles. And we saw the picture of the guy. And we're like, how far does this go? You know, we don't know nothing about the secret society, but it's here in Liberty, Texas. That's all I know. Here in Liberty, Texas. So, I told my friend, I said, well, what made you think this way, that this stuff was happening? Because, you know, how is it that we're even sure that what you're saying is correct about this woman? And he said, you know, the strange thing about it is that there are 4 stages of the thing that happened to the guy. He said 4 times. The first time they were trying to the first time he got a message from some dude saying that they were about to start some kind of program on him, and it was like completely illegal. But he got a message through some media outlet and reporters, and the second phase was a propaganda machine, mind control, not mind control, but propaganda, and just about all the things that you could imagine that you would be hearing in conspiracies. And the third time, you know, there was like a variety of times. It was like 4 times. The third time, they were they were doing something weird because of something happened in Washington, D.C., and they were extracting people from the political atmosphere there. And so they extracted several people, and what we were looking at is that we're looking at covert activities done on a mass scale with a variety of actors and secret agents organizing against citizens here in the United States of America. And we were like, well, what is this thing? You know, it's not the government, it's a secret society. That's what it was. And that's where the woman was like, he met the woman online, and the woman had hacked his computer and was like saying stuff and called him a Grinch for some reason. I don't know, there's like a word Grinch or something. And like it, and he almost got his identity erased, like completely. We were hearing stories about the psychosis involved with the other individuals that went through the same series of events. And we were looking at it. Let me tell you folks, some of them didn't make it. Some of them didn't make it through the stuff, and they were put in mental institutions or put into the prison population for what they knew. And the thing there is that soon he described the fourth phase of this situation. The fourth phase was more like complete erasure of your digital footprint, online activities, and like, you know, like he went to go see another confidant, and he went and he talked to the confidant, and the confidant said, the people are hiding from you. I was like, what do you mean? That's what he was saying. What do you mean they're hiding? He said, they're hiding. And I was like, whoa, why would they be hiding? He said, it's because there's like some sort of thing that you know that they did, and they don't want to hear about the stuff, or they don't want you to tell them about the stuff that went on. And I was like, why would people be hiding? Like a lot of people. He said, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of them. It's like your whole town plus some other people. And that's when the guy said, you know, that this is creating paranoia. You know, they're gonna make people think I'm crazy. And the lady was like, you know, he said, you know, I cannot tell you anything else other than the truth. Is that what's going on is gonna make you look crazy. And that's what they want you to do. They want to discredit you. This is called the cover-up. And so they told the guy, you know, that woman that you're talking about, you know, who had done the thing, and what she's out there, and all we know about the conspiracy is that you probably never meet her, because there's a cover-up, a massive cover-up, And if you ever even talk to her, you might go to prison. And it was like, why would you go to prison if you were to talk to this individual? And she gave the reply and said, because this will then become something more personal, where they will mix you in with the people, and then you will be put in a problem with those people, that they will start doing whatever they're doing, but more in your face, more like in your face, like physically in your area, instead of like at a distance. They would be like right there doing it. This has happened already. That's what she was saying. But it is possible that identities are erased here in the United States, America, on a daily. People can get their identities erased immensely, quickly. And he said, how did everything get erased? All the stuff. And he said, it was overnight. They just took all the stuff from the internet that you did and they erased it. Like one click, bam, you're erased. Massive planet. And he said he's never met nobody that has had their identities erased by a secret society. And we were just talking about it. That, these things exist, folks. But this heightened sense of paranoia that exists today in this society, today's society, like it can create like paranoia delusions or delusions of grandeur that could be misdiagnosis of, referring to psychiatric treatments. But when there's a cover-up or the mention of those things that has to do with conspiracy that we were looking at, we need to focus on the thing that we are focusing on, which is, where's the beer? The beer has yet to be found. There is a conspiracy to manifest the beer. And there is a beer witch out there, folks. There's a beer witch. And she is like a really, really not good person for taking the beer from the people. And every day that continues, more and more we continue to discriminate on the beer witch.